Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Big Brother Season 27, BB 27. We are on week 3. We're going to be covering all of this week, and then we will have some spoilers later, but we will alert you before we start the spoilers. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And the thing I will say is that we are covering week 3, but we're actually entering into week 4. But
Yes.
we're covering week 3 because we're going to switch to doing weekly. Or not weekly.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, 2 times a week.
2 times a week, yeah.
We'll be here after the eviction, and we'll be here after the
nominations.
HOH.
Yeah. And so hopefully that lets us scan both the beginning of the week and the veto, because we can cover the veto in the live feeds. But we're going to try to do that format because we got a lot of shows that we're covering. But Big Brother is our first love. So what were your thoughts on the episode? Let's start with Kelli. Oh my God, getting off the block. I was so sad. I was so mad.
Baby, I said, if y'all don't backdoor these people, y'all are not going to get them out. At this point, I feel like Kelli, she backdoor her. I feel like put Kelli on the block first. Put Keanu as a backdoor option after the veto, and then see what happens, because they both can't win the BB blockbuster.
True.
Kelli hasn't necessarily been doing the best in the veto competitions, so she will likely be there for the BB blockbuster. She might win the BB blockbuster because that is how she has been getting off the block for the most part. So, or just doing these little competitions, because even her power was like a little BB blockbuster, you know? So put Kelli on there from the start, nominate her first.
Yeah.
Put up 2 pawns, get somebody off from the veto, put Keanu up there, and then let them both have to battle it out for the BB blockbuster. At least one of them will go home.
Well, the only thing with that is that Keanu, because I think that's actually a great idea. It's just that the Keanu is Delulu, and I think if he won the veto, like if he was pulled for the veto and won, I think he'd take Kelli off. Then we're talking like who? You get what I'm saying? And so
that is true.
I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with it all, but
yeah,
I feel you. I think that there should have, over the past couple weeks. I mean, we're only in week 3, but maybe week 2, definitely maybe this week. That could have been, I think, a good plan, because at least if that did happen, you had somebody like Adrian. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now they don't have that. They're trimming all the fat, and
yeah.
I don't know. I think things are gonna get good. I think this is where we start
it's ramping up.
Yeah. Because I think they're running out of places to hide. But the only thing about it is just, I don't think that there are clear enough lines that it's just so weird. It's like I'm trying to understand this game right now, but it's so weird. And so I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen? I don't know.
Yeah. Especially after this vote, right? I think I'm sure we'll get into it, but Ava, I feel like she played a part in the switch that Zach and Vince made before the vote.
You think that? Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking that, but I also am behind on live feed, so you might know some stuff that I don't know. But I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking that Ava, I was thinking it was just the Vince of it all, and Zach feeling that it was like them not wanting to draw that line in the sand, because it's like, why, if you're not going to put Ashley in a block because it's drawing a line in the sand, why would you actually do that with the vote, you know? So,
well, the conversation that we saw, and so I'm going to say this because this is about week 3, and so it was on the live feeds, but it's week 3, so it's already passed, but it definitely impacted the game. So what we saw on the episode was Zach talking to Vince, and maybe was it Lauren, about not wanting to draw a line in the sand. However, that conversation came after Ava talked to Zach and was like, why would you align yourself with all the targets? If you vote out Will, everybody on that side will be looking to put you up. Your side already doesn't want to put you up. They won't put you up. So there's no need to actually make enemies. You might as well just vote with this side of the house, because if you vote with these people, these are all targets to them, and this side is larger. So now you just become a target. You become a number in the target basket. And so he kind of had, like, you saw his face kind of have like this aha moment, and so he took that conversation, and that's when he had it with Vince.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, and then after it happened, and like Ava, like, she didn't let up. Like, she kept drilling that into Zach's head because she knew that Zach would be the one to potentially switch, and then, you know, Lauren would be in that position to break the tie. And so she kept saying it over and over and over again. And she has this moment, you know, doing her little Ava thing, and she's like, did I just influence the game? Like, am I playing Big Brother? And I'm like, yes, girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So yeah, I definitely would attribute that to Ava's gameplay 100%.
Okay. All right. Well, that's something new for me, because like this week I have not. I mean, I was in the feeds, but like I think I haven't really since Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you know, stuff goes down
Yeah,
in
I
the
was
feeds.
watching them things, and she it's so funny because the way she said it.
So since we're covering the whole week, this is, you know, the first time we're doing that. Most time we're covering just per episode, but since we're covering the whole week, let's flip back and start from the beginning and with Lauren's HOH. Like, how did you feel about that?
I think Lauren, as an HOH, she played it safe. Very safe. Rightfully so, because I didn't want her coming for the side of the house that I'm rooting for. You know? But I still felt like she was too easily persuaded. And she's just not my favorite as a player.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
So I wasn't excited for her at all.
Yeah, no, and it was interesting. I feel like on the episode, they made Vince seem like he was being very pushy with Lauren's HOH, and like that he came up with this Ashley thing and da-da-da. But Lauren was always thinking Ashley, you know what I mean? And I think that Vince was shown on the show to be like, oh, he's so pushy, or he's trying to influence her HOH, and he's where she got the Ashley idea from. But it really was her, and he has been kind of hands off. He's been having a lot of conversations with her, as we saw from the episode. You see Rachel catch them a couple times, but they were just like nonstop together.
Yeah.
And so I think the edit of the show does a poor job of that, but they have a narrative that they're trying to run, one that Vince is, you know, a puppet person sort of, and that she is a puppet. But I think what really was the thing that persuaded her was the Mickey, Ashley, Jimmy side of the house. And I think it was just that everybody was so intense about it, and they show it on the show like it's just Mickey. And so I think they're trying to tout Mickey up as like being a strategic mastermind or whatever, or not mastermind, but they're trying to put her as like the driver's seat. But it really was a lot of them, you know, even Ashley. She was annoying, but she was interesting.
I didn't see Ashley's pitch, so you got to tell me. But I mean, I want to know.
I know her pitch was interesting because she was very much like, I know you know that putting me up is not best for your game. Like, this doesn't make sense for your game, and I know you're smart. I know you're like, you know, don't let other people push you around, and do what's best for you. You know, putting me up is not good for your game. So that was kind of her approach, and you could tell that Lauren was like, they showed in the episode, this was very accurate. Like, she would be like looking up and at the TV, like, I don't know who, like, she was not looking at people in their eyes, because she was just like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think who everyone keeps saying. And she's just like, you know, the one thing I can say about Ashley in her approach that was like, I was like, girl, you need to stop, is she kept asking her questions.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that's the lawyer in her. She was cross-examining her. She was like, well, who do you want up? And she's like, I don't know. It's just like everybody keeps saying, you always like, who's everybody? And these are not direct quotes of what she was asking, but she was asking basically like, who do you feel comfortable with? And then she was just like, I don't know. Like, who do you want to go against? She was just asking all of these questions. Yeah. And even Lauren said, she's asking me these direct questions, and it's kind of like, I don't want to tell you. Did she say that in one of the episodes?
Yeah, I think it was in the episode, in the Veto episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was real. It was like she was in there and I was just like, it was painful to watch. I will say that. It was painful to watch. I was like, oh my God. I didn't think it was going to sway her at all. But I think that Ashley going in with this fake naivete of, oh, like, you know, I'd be heartbroken because you know that I'm not coming for you, right? And I think that convinced her a little bit that these people are going to be mad at me, you know? And so I think that's what got her. But she was on Ashley, and I don't think Vince had a lot to do with it, because afterwards when she starts talking like me, you, Vince, and Zach, and then they're like, so who do you guys want out? And she's like, Ashley. She's like, what the? You could have told me that. I don't think anybody was giving her the guidance or the support, not even guidance, just support, because I think she knew what she wanted to do. She just wanted her troops to back her up, but I don't think she did a good job as a commander of bringing the troops in, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting because I mean, I see that part of it, but I also think Zach was in Lauren's ear a lot, and I feel like the time that she spent with Zach, she spent a lot of time with Zach, and she spent a lot of time with Vince, and so I don't think it even gave Lauren room to really flesh out her strategy. And I think it was one night that Ava even like spent the night in the HOH room with Lauren. Um, so I don't know. I feel like it was a lot of people in Lauren's ear, and it didn't seem like to me that Lauren was being stern or assertive enough with what she wanted.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. I guess I'm saying that like I think she had an opinion and a clarity around what she wanted, but just didn't have the courage really to
because I mean, even if I don't know if it was right before, I think it was either right before nominations or it was right before the veto after Keanu won, that they called her to the diary room a couple of times to start either the nomination ceremony or the renomination ceremony, and they called her several times, and Zach was in there talking to her about what she was going to do for like 20-30 minutes after she was called.
Well, I don't know if that was like the veto one, but there was one I know right before the veto one, because they cut the feeds and it was like Zach and Vince were up there, and but it was like they had let basically the whole other side of the house talk to her, and she had been convinced and turned around to put Adrian on, and then they're assuming she's going with Ashley. All as well, and then they get up there and she's about to get called to the DR, and they're like, "Girl, like what?" And they're putting a little bit more pressure on her, but they're trying to like, it's a little too late. They're not even like firmly saying it. They're just like, you know, we should, you know, you know, it's just a little too late. I think that's what, you know, I don't know if that was nominations that you're referring to, but I do know that
it was the veto
right before the veto, and they were the ones that she was talking to.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, child, yeah. Either way, wasn't excited for her. Glad this week is over, and hopefully she not up there again, because baby, I'm ready for people to start making moves, and it's very clear she don't want to make no moves. Yeah. Or if she does, she can be persuaded not to.
Yeah, and so Catherine and Lauren, they're interesting because I expected more strategy from them together this game. I expected them to be like, we are, you know, kicking and we're deciding, and they didn't seem to talk much strategy. I know that it was like this house perception thing, but also it's like they don't seem to be locked in game wise. They seem to be friends outside of the game, but not locked in game wise. And so I wonder, because it's, to me, I think there's a very interesting thing as like a Black woman. And so watching this white woman friendship, right? And then watching like even like a Mickey and Ashley, right? I think they're not necessarily like the most naturally fitting bunch, but there's something about each other that they're moving towards each other, right? And I think there's that bond of like Black people, you know, tend to feel a connection and some camaraderie around each other, because you sometimes have to be you know, you have, it's like
it's community based.
Community and it's safety. You know what I'm saying? It's safety and it's
like an unsaid I got you.
Yes.
We gonna have to stick together.
Yes. So
to get a little further, even if it is unsaid.
Yes.
It ain't cookout said, but it's said.
Right. But and so when I look at like a Lauren and Catherine, right, and they have a friendship, I'm expecting them to operate and be like, it's you and me, we're locked in. You know what I'm saying? Because they have this friendship thing. And someone compared them to Leah and Mackenzie from last season, right? And how Leah and Mackenzie were like friends, but they weren't game friends. And then they became frenemies a little bit. But they were friends, right? And then later on that they started trying to be, when they had no other option, be like, oh, it's me and you. But they were friends and not game partners. It's perplexing to me that they aren't being more locked in their friendship and in their game relationship than they are. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I think that is and I'm going to call it a privilege, because it is a privilege, right? That you don't have to think about like, quote unquote, saving a friend. It can truly be a survival of the fittest, because you are not accustomed to systems of this society automatically like attacking you or oppressing you, right? So you don't have to think about it in a sense of like, I'm gonna pick you up and I got you. Like, I just think that the way they are operating is just evidence of they don't have to operate like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Ashley, as soon as something happened, that has been her story. She has not been able to get away from being showergate girl. She's inconsiderate, right? And it's like, when you watch the live feeds, people are laughing around her. People are having a good time around her. She's developing relationships, but it's still like she's a little annoying. She's a little this.
Yeah,
and I don't think she's been able. Yeah, I mean, she is. She giving little sister energy.
Yes, she does. That is like perfect example. Oh my God, I never even heard that phrase before, but God doggone it, I know exactly what you mean.
I've heard it because I get it. Like when I was telling you in the first episode, she gives a little ditzy. Sometimes you just can't escape it. But my friends, they always tell me, girl, like, you're the little sister.
Little sister energy, girl. But it's so funny. It's like, whatever. I want to say I'm a big sister and I have a little sister, but she's not like Ashley.
No. Like, this is like
my little sister gives energy. Big sister energy.
Yeah. She does. But I say that to say like and just think of the comparison, like Mickey sat down with Ashley to say in previous live feeds, hey, like, you know, you're doing too much. You gotta, you know, step back a little bit. You already know how we're viewed, how we're perceived, right? Like, we have to constantly think about those things, right? And again, Ashley's experiences, maybe she is a little bit further away from experiencing certain things or being aware of certain things. Possibly her environment has protected her from certain things, so she's not used to having to think about those things, right? And it might be different than, you know, a Mickey. Who lives in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think all of that is what we see in Big Brother, and we've said this before, like this is just the beauty of watching shows like this, where these people are in these social experiments for a certain amount of time, unfiltered, unprovoked, and you see it play out.
Yeah, you see society play out for sure. Because like what I was saying about Mickey and Ashley earlier, I don't know if I said it clearly enough, but I don't think they just vibe, right? It's the commonality of, I think, I got you, sister, I got you, that is allowing them to bridge what may naturally not be a exact fit, but it's allowing them to go closer, because I think Morgan is Mickey's natural fit, you know?
Right.
But anyway, let's get into the Morgan Mickey of it since we here, because they talked on that this episode a little bit, and I was like, what's happening? It was nice to see the DR. That's the thing about the live feed, does not show you diary room, but also, you know, the show doesn't show you all the things that are happening. And so I've always, in the background for like a past week or so, been concerned about this Zach and Morgan. I wasn't even thinking about Vince. And then I realized Vince is up in that crew too. Yeah. But the Zach and Morgan versus the Mickey and Morgan, that's what I was initially having concerns about. But now it's like, whoa, it's bigger. And so to hear her say, like, first of all, like, not you spilling my tea. And I'm like, oh, what's happening here?
Yeah. And so the initial thing that went in my mind, because I'm watching it, right, already knowing that, because I watched the episode after I watched Live Feed, so I already knew Adrian was gone. But I'm sitting here thinking, I need, if anything were to happen where Morgan wanted to confront Mickey, I need this to happen after Adrian is gone, because Adrian won't be here to confirm
with his non-lying ass.
Whether or not Mickey actually told him, because I'm like, ooh, Mickey told Adrian told Vince. Vince is telling Zach and Morgan, and Zach is using it to drive a wedge, which it seems like it is, but when we talk about the spoilers, we'll revisit this relationship.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely was like, oh, this is not the ground we need to be tiptoeing in, and I'm gonna need Morgan to get it together, baby, because Zach does not like you. He don't like you. You know, like, he's said it in so many different ways. His actions sometimes show it.
But has he said it though? Because he said it to the DR, but has he said it to her? Has he?
I think he'll say stuff like, you're a great person to play with. I think he says things like that.
But when somebody says that, like, you,
I know, when you got lovey-dovey rose-colored glasses on, that's, ooh, baby, you like me.
I know.
And it's not giving, I don't like
stop
you.
proposing.
But
okay.
But I'm like, let's look at the comparison here. He calls his times that he hangs out with Lauren a date.
And they won't talk about nothing. I was like, what is happening here? Talk about
so we can have, he said we can have deeper conversations or something like that. What's your favorite drink?
I was like, bruh, first of all. And
men say anything when they like somebody.
I know. Bruh, like, I can't even.
Yeah, nah. But I do need Morgan. I'm like, where you get your head in the game and out of Zach, because you're not Zach's number one, no matter what. Like,
well, who do you think Zach's number one is?
Right now I think it's Vince, and I think if Lauren were to ever say, I want to pursue this, or we can try to work on something, it will become Lauren.
I think that I agree with you. Is Vince, but I think Lauren he's going to save Lauren regardless. He's like, Lauren is, he's going to hitch his game to Lauren, and as long as she's receptive and not against him, then he's good to go. And then, like, they still have an opportunity, although not as big of a one, but they still have an opportunity to get this game going save their game. Not get it going. Save their game. Let me say that. Because they have those 4 folks who were willing to vote out Will, Riley, Catherine, Kelli, and is it Keanu? Yeah, Keanu. So they don't necessarily have Keanu, but they can buddy up with Keanu. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that side of the house, what is that? 4 plus Zach, Vince, and Lauren. That's 7. Look at me, can I count? Yeah. And then what's on the other side of the house? 5
Jimmy,
or 6?
Rachel, Mickey,
or
Morgan.
7. Also 7.
Ashley, Will.
Because the votes were 6 plus 2. One person's gone. So there's a 7 side and then there's a 6 side now, right?
Yeah.
Look, we should have did the math.
Ava's the last person.
So how many is that? 6 on that side or 7?
7. 6. 7.
Ashley, Mickey.
Ashley, Mickey, Ava, Rachel, Morgan, Ava. Did I say Ava? I did say Ava.
Ashley, look, y'all. Sorry, bear with us, y'all. Sorry.
Rachel.
Let's see, Rachel and Jimmy. Okay.
Rachel, Jimmy, Ashley, Mickey, Morgan, Ava.
That's 6.
So it's 6 of them.
Yeah, that's what I said. So it's like they gotta get whoever get Keanu out here. Keanu gotta be a hot commodity out this bitch. He ain't gonna be like block where cook my food. Right.
Right.
Make my whatever slop. Look, I don't know.
But Keanu has so many enemies on both sides. It's like It's a lot.
I don't know what's going on with the nominations. When we get to the spoiler, I know who the HOH is. Whatever. When we get to the spoilers for this, for week 4, we will get in there. I haven't watched the live feed, so Victoria's going to be letting all of us know, but not until the end. So anything else in the episode we want to cover before we get to week 4 spoilers?
I just a little few things I thought were a little interesting. One, I felt like Jimmy stopped being mean to Rachel about her clothes.
That's so funny.
Please stop. I feel like he is operating how a bully operates, which is you pick on people you could pick on. And we've said it before, just because Rachel don't have no comebacks, I feel like he just like, I'm finna pile in on this girl.
Well, I will say this.
He ain't talking like that to anybody.
I laughed a little bit this time. And I will say it felt a little different for me, just a little bit, because it felt like, okay, they know each other now. This felt more friendly than the first one, because the first one felt like you trying to less mean. Yeah, it was like you trying to climb up on the mountaintop off of Rachel's back and her clout, her notoriety as a former player and winner. But now this time I wasn't feeling it too bad. What'd you think about like Ava being attracted to Rachel? I was like, what? Ava is gonna come with some surprises.
Yes, that threw me. And that's not to say that I don't think Rachel is a beautiful woman or anything like that. But I was like, Rachel? I thought she was about to say Mickey.
I didn't know what she was about to say. I thought she was about to say a guy. I didn't think she was going to say a woman at all, to be honest.
Well, she went through all the guys. True. And said
I was like, who's left? I must be missing somebody.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think she said anything about Keanu.
Yeah, but we know how she felt about Keanu.
Yeah.
She out here talking mad shit about Keanu.
Yeah. I say this every episode, but I love Ava.
Yeah,
I do. I really do.
She's kind of cool. The only other thing I guess that this episode was the Ashley and Will. They talked about their sort of like father-daughter, esque relationship. It's nice.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. Another, relationship where it's like I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are we ready to get into spoilers?
Yeah, we're ready to get into spoilers. So this is week 4 spoilers, okay? Yes. Like meaning this new week, HOH, all these things. I don't know who's what. I don't know, but she does. She's going to tell us. And so get out of here now and save this video if you're not.
Yes, right. Get on out. But I will say, if you are not a live feed watcher, I think this is going to be the week to watch live feeds. I think this is the week that determines Big Brother is on, the game is being played.
Okay.
Lines are drawn in the sand.
Tell me what happened.
Alrighty, so here we go into the spoilers.
Who's
so
HOH?
Kavaria thought, okay, Mickey won HOH. Mickey is HOH now. But who won the HOH was Riley.
Why would you play me like this? Because everybody knows that she's got the HOH key thing, though.
Yes, but this is the trip. So, her power is if she activates it, right? And then whoever is HOH has to guess who activated the power. Everybody's going around getting it.
Do they get...
Riley has to guess.
But he gets to have 3 minutes with everybody, right?
Yeah. So this is the part we didn't really see all of the conversations. They cut some of it, I'm sure, for the episode. Mm-hmm. And we didn't get to see ultimately when he went to actually guess into the dining room to guess. However, there were lots of conversations happening. Rachel was like, you never know who has what, and Ashley is saying stuff. Everybody is trying to tell Riley. Well, actually, what's interesting is I don't know if Zach actually sat down and was like, I know for sure Riley has it. I don't know if that happened.
Mickey?
But, Mickey has it, sorry. But people are trying to tell him, like, Mickey has it or whatever. He's like, no, I think Ashley has it. I think it's either Ashley, Morgan, or Mickey, like one of those three. And I'm leaning towards Ashley. He goes into this diary room and guesses Ashley.
Yay!
He guessed Ashley. And so now Mickey is HOH.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Amazing. I'm like, she got her. I cannot wait to see how she got all the girls together and said, yo, if we want this to switch up, we got to make this man believe that somebody else has this power. So,
because like he is my least favorite person in this house.
Absolutely.
Like, there's something about him that's giving ick.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? The things he says, like, oh, y'all trying to be here to fuck, or like, I'm not the only one here to. Did he say fuck? What did he say?
He's very raunchy. He's just raunchy, classless. Like, sorry, it's my opinion. I don't like him. I don't like him. He says a lot of things that make me cringe.
Yeah.
And I love that he gets very little screen time because he's very problematic.
Yeah.
He's problematic.
Yeah. So this couldn't be more perfect. Okay. So tell me what else has been happening.
So these are just some things, right? Like, so Riley in his, as we said, very just classless, raunchy. Well, like I said, classless, raunchy self is upset. He's pouting, of course. He's upset.
Out, baby.
And he tries to get Catherine to sleep in his bed. Catherine is trying to say no in so many ways. But this. It's just it's just cuddling. We don't have to do anything. She's like, the bed is little. I can get on this side of the bed. We can squeeze in here and da-da-da. Just on and on and on and on. And you can tell Catherine is like, bruh, like, how many times do I have to say that? It was so cringe. I'm sure there'll be clips surfacing on social media soon about it. But
yeah.
Very cringe, very hard to watch. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
I'm surprised he ain't gone yet, to be honest.
I'm surprised he's even here. But either way, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Catherine.
Yeah, why he hasn't hit the block, I don't know. Now, one thing that is, sorry, before I cut you off, I gotta get this out of my head. The one thing that they don't know is whether or not Riley can still be nominated with Mickey being overthrown.
Oh, it would be lovely if he could
get an HOH room.
Oh, he didn't. Well, you're asking for somebody to sleep in a bed you ain't even got yet.
That's what she said. The bed is too little because y'all could be in a twin size bed.
Oh! You were saying he asked her to sleep in his regular bed, not the HOH bed.
Not the HOH bed, because he wanted to feel better.
Oh my God! Self-regulation. Manage your own regulations. I am not your support, object, like emotional support object. But anyway. What else? Anything else happened on the live feeds thus far?
So after Riley went HOH, Vince is trying to smooth over the fact that he just voted for Adrian to go. Yes. So he does his whole little, like, I'm here for everyone thing that he does. And he's like, oh my God, like, I commend you. I commend Catherine. Like, I commend you guys for being able to stick to your word and do this. Like,
is this him talking to Riley?
Yeah, talking to Riley. Yeah, Catherine just so happened to also be in the room, or he had a separate conversation with Catherine that was very similar to this one. Basically saying like he commends them for their courage and strength to go against the grain, go against the house, and take that vote. But he was like, pretty much Zach is the one who wouldn't flip. Like, Zach said he wasn't flipping, and so once Zach said he wasn't flipping, I knew we didn't have the numbers, so that's why I did not.
Oh, this is what Vince is saying. Oh, okay, I thought you were saying Zach. I'm getting Zach and Vince confused today.
This is what Vince is saying to Riley, basically putting it on Zach. And so Zach is now taking the blame for this vote. And Catherine points out to Riley, and she's like, I don't trust Vince. Vince and Jimmy are both in and out, wishy-washy. They say one thing, they do another, pretty much like alluding to the fact that they're liars. And that's the first time that Riley is like, oh, like maybe I should be questioning the truth. And this is all happening before Mickey's power got activated. But yeah, so basically Vince was trying to save face because he knew he just voted against what Riley did. But yeah, Zach right now is going to be reaping the consequences as it stands for that.
Interesting. Anything else going on the live feeds thus far?
I think that's it. I think, the last thing that I think it was happening was Vince, Zach, and Morgan. They try to pull in Mickey for a final 4. Mm-hmm. I think possibly that's what, I don't really know why this was coming up, but I'm gonna assume Zach possibly thought like, okay, I don't think I can split them, so let me just pull Mickey
and he
in.
probably know that Mickey is the HOH, so he's like, all right, gotta buddy up. Come on, be in my alliance, HOH. No.
So, yep.
Well,
that's that.
I'm excited for this week. I'm excited to see what happens. Do we know nominees yet or no?
We don't know nominees yet.
What are nominees? Yeah, they probably today.
There's today.
Friday?
Yep. So, yeah.
So we're gonna have some nominees soon.
Because Sunday is when they play the veto, right?
I think they play veto Saturday, and I think that they do nominations, veto ceremony on Monday.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All righty.
All right.
Well, yeah, that is it.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. A nice, exciting week of Big Brother. Let us know if you want us to do more episodes a week or whatever. But I like the weekly format because we can just talk about everything and we can talk about it very freely. We are going to do two episodes, but I kind of like the limited format. So we'll see, you know.
Yes. Alrighty, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can stay tuned. And we will catch you on Sunday.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Bye.